Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt and it is Maniac Monday. Before I roll on to anything, I hope each and every one of you had a fantastic weekend. Hopefully you got to get out and enjoy the weather wherever you're at. I know it was a little cold here for a little while, but it is back up to the nice warm temperatures here, that is for sure. And then on top of everything, I hope that you're having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, whenever it is you're watching this. I hope you're having a great time as well. Do me a really huge favor and like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing each and every one of you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, depending on my schedule. And of course, major holidays, I will not be here. And then one last thing, check out the information in the description box on your daily film, movies, slash flick, whatever you want to call it. Check that out because I give you your brief synopsis, your starring cast, your director, runtime of the cut I am watching, along with an MPAA rating, if there is one that exists, which, let's face it, folks, most of the time there is not going to be one. Some trivia, which I found a couple of things that I threw on there that I thought were pretty interesting for today's movie. And then, of course, I always try to give you a link for a trailer or a scene from the movie itself. So I give you a little bit bigger of a bite on that. So it'll help you decide if you wish to buy a copy, stream a copy, however it is you watch your movies. Hopefully it'll help you decide, and hopefully you guys will definitely go out and see today's movie. Today's is a very astonishing masterpiece. It's a classic that I love to watch all at least once a year, and boy am I happy I finally upgraded to the brand new definitive Blu-ray on it. It is an amazing accomplishment to see how crisp and clean that they got this movie. And it's hard to believe that this one came back out in 2001. Is none other than Takashi Miike's Ichi the Killer. Wow, what a blast of a flick this one is. I absolutely love and adore this. Kakihara is the greatest, one of the best bad guys in movie history, at least Japanese movie history. He is not just a badass, he is cool as well. And then you got Ichi, who is a very interesting character on his own. But before we get on to any of that, let's talk about this here release real quick. There's not a lot on it for as far as special features go. There is zero reversible artwork. I think the only special features you get is a trailer gallery, a movie still gallery, and then a trailer for Ichi itself. Not a whole lot on there for as far as special features, and then zero reversible artwork, and then you get a little. I don't know if no, it's just a little ad. I was gonna say maybe I have a free code for Ichi the Killer in here I could give somebody, but no, it's not the case. Sorry. But anyways, yeah, Ichi the Killer. This is from Wellgo USA, by the way. There is an old Tokyo Shock DVD, and I think that's on Blue as well. There's other releases of this that have happened beforehand, but this is definitely the best quality it's going to, or at least it looks right as of now. It is just absolutely stunning. Wellgo USA, they're pretty good at doing fantastic transfers on their films because they also did Phantasm, and that definitive that like remaster that they did was absolutely astonishing as well. So Wellgo USA, they're a very good company when it comes to restoration of making a good, crisp, clean quality copy for you. And then they also released some very fun titles on top of it. Like they have the Possessor, they have Peninsula, along with Train to Busan. They have a bunch of other stuff. Like they have some awesome stuff. So check out Wellgo USA's stuff. I can't say anything really bad about their stuff. I haven't gotten anything bad yet. Now that I got all of that out of the way, let's roll on to the film of the day. And today's is like I said, Ichi the Killer, and this one starts Tadanobu Asano as our bad boy, Kakihara. We got now Oman. We got Shinya Tsukamoto. We got Aliens and Alien Son Sabu. And like I said earlier, this is directed by Takashi Miike. And what is this basically about? It's kind of it's very hard to follow in places if you haven't, if you've only seen this once, it'll probably seem extremely weird and come off in a off-putting fashion, I imagine, because I remember my first time watching this, I was a little like, whatever. It was okay. Second viewing and beyond, I have absolutely loved it ever since. Now, what is it about exactly? Ichi is a interesting guy. He is kind of a recluse. He's scared of his own shadow, practically. He's a very sad individual. Like he was bullied in school, or at least he's led to the belief that he was bullied by this guy named Gigi. And Gigi is kind of a master manipulator of sorts, because he gets Ichi to go around and kill all these bad guys, claiming that they are the people that bullied him in school, or like, hey, that looks like them. We should just go kill them anyways because they're bad guys. Things of that nature. So it's a very interesting aspect, how there's a lot of psychological play going on with Gigi to Ichi's characters. And then there's also another girl that I forget what her name is exactly, but she goes by Tandibacha or Iribacha or something. I think Tandibacha or something like that. She is kind of manipulated by Gigi as well. She goes and she meets up with Ichi, and she tells him this story about how she is this girl. She happened to have been raped, and Ichi had witnessed it, and he got turned on by it and by the fact that she was being raped, and that he wanted to go join in and rape her. There's a kind of a struggle between him and the other kids that were doing the rapage. So he's definitely a very fragile, fractured minded individual. Definitely not somebody that you could really have deep conversations with, in my opinion, because he doesn't interact with people the way he should. He is, I believe, Chinese, and he is in Japan, so there is that language barrier going on there. But he he doesn't once learn any of the language. He just sits in his little apartment, plays video games, and then goes out to work. He works in a not a hospital, in a little restaurant where he gets bullied there as well. The poor guy can't, everywhere he goes, he's just being shat on. So it's you feel sorry for Ichi, and this Gigi character is just, like I was saying earlier, a master manipulator, because he's even going to the bad guys and saying like, "Oh, you know what? There's this dude going around killing your boss," because that's what essentially happens. Is Ichi kills Boss Anjo, and in turn makes Kakihara, who is like his number one fanboy next to Kano, or yeah, it's Kano, Kaneko or something like that. He was an ex-cop who lost his gun and became a gunman for the Yakuza. Funny stuff. How does a cop lose his gun? And then he turns into that degree of a bad guy. He becomes a hitman. But anyways, Kakihara is trying to find Boss Anjo. He thinks that he is still alive. Nobody knows that he's dead besides Gigi, Ichi, and this other two guys that are there as kind of like pawns in Gigi's game. They are there to clean. They go in and they clean up after Ichi has destroyed whoever, and they make it look brand new and like nothing ever happened. And so that's why Kakihara leads is led to believe that Boss Angel is still alive when all of us know as viewers that he has died, which he dies in a very cool fashion. He had to split. Meh, 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 bad joke. But either way, it's a very cool death. The CGI on it's a little wonky now. It's a little cartoonish. A lot of this has a lot of cartoonish dark humor in it, which I absolutely like that about it. It takes itself serious, but it not too serious in the same sense, because it's Miike, it's Takashi Miike. His films are generally a little different than most of the others because you got stuff like The Happiness of the Katakuris, you got Gozu, what else you got? You got Audition, and so on and so forth. The guy is definitely no slouch when it comes to being behind the camera. 13 Assassins is one that I absolutely love. Harakiri is a good one as well. But the guy definitely knows what he's doing, and he really helps give you the proper direction as far as Ichi's as far as everything goes inside this movie, as far as plot development goes, your acting goes. My only complaint really is the bad CGI that's going on here. Other than that, it is just a masterful film. Um, now you can guess that eventually Kakihara and Ichi have a nice little showdown at the end, which in turn has a nice little bloodbath beforehand. You get to see the after, well, kind of see it happening. You just see blood flying everywhere, and a face hit the wall and slide down, and just other random cool gore that's going on. It's very cartoonish though because it's CGI, and there's also the extreme arterial sprayage as well, where like they get slit in the throat and it just like a giant stream of red water. It is absolutely just hilarious, and I love that he put that in there because something about that arterial sprayage like that just brings joy to my heart and makes me smile. I don't know what it is about it. It is just absolutely fun. Now, as far as anything else goes, Ichi has befriended. You remember the cop I said earlier who lost his gun and became a gunman for the yakuza? He has a son who is being bullied, and Ichi happens to have come across his son and happens to have helped him beat the hell out of his bullies. Very shows that Ichi has no remorse, or not remorse, but once he's in the zone, there's no stopping him. He is like a raging beast going from point A to point B, and everything that all the obstacles in the middle of it, he just blows through them like they are nothing. So he he will kill children. As a matter of fact, you get to see a very heartbreaking part at the end where it's just like, oh, damn, that's sad. But anyways, other than that, it's a blast from beginning to end. As far as any kind of ratings would go on a technical side, like I was saying earlier, the plot development is very good. The acting is amazing. Tadanobu Asano is so good as Kakihara. By far, I like him way more than any other character in the movie. They could have made just a 2 hour movie about Kakihara and just left it at that, and I would have been a happy camper. Which, by the way, this is a 2 hour and 8 minute movie, which IMDb listed as 2 hour 9 minutes. This one runs at 2:08. I doubt that this is cut. because everything I saw on there was the same as my old Tokyo Shock DVD, which is an okay DVD. It's just inferior compared to this as far as picture quality goes. Even though that one has a lot more special features, I think that one has a making of featurette and all kinds of stuff. So if you have that old Tokyo Shock one, don't throw it away. It's still a good DVD. So I'm going to give this thing a. Do we want to go to an 8 or do we want it to leave it at a 7? I think we're going to give this a 7 out of 10 and call it good. This is above average. Could be better. Its biggest fault is the CGI gore. Like I've said many a time in here, it's cartoonish, but I love it. All right, guys, love your faces, and I'll see you. I almost said tomorrow for Terrifying Tuesday, but I'm not doing Terrifying Tuesdays right now. I'm thinking of doing. I'm probably going to do some top 10 stuffs on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Just kind of working out some kinks here and there, you know. Anyways, I'll see you Wednesday, and as always, have a wonderful day.